Hello, everyone. I am Dr. Cynthia Smith. This is the Intuitive Hypnotherapy podcast. I am a doctor of chiropractic. I am an acupuncturist. I'm a psychic reader and healer. I am an intuitive. I'm a medical intuitive, and I'm a hypnotherapist. And then some. And I started this podcast to share my message of hope and optimism and to give some tools, just put it out there, things where you can follow along, things, meditations, hypnosis, visualizations, Reiki sessions, where you can get a healing. Just listen along and, topics vary. And let's everybody have a healing. We use the term raise the vibration. I'd like to say I'm holding the vibration for you to come and have a healing. And this next series of meditations are going to be on manifesting. This is Manifesting 101, mock-ups, making it happen. And I'm going to share with you my techniques on how to manifest. Now, if you've been listening to the show, and thank you very much, please like, subscribe, tell your friends. You know some of these tools. We've talked about them before. This is nothing new, but this is my formula for manifesting, for creating stuff, to get stuff to happen in my universe. Now, manifesting in and of itself is not a new concept. And I'll tell you, I've worked in the manifesting group for years. I did The Secret and all of that jazz. And before that, I did affirmations with Louise Hay, and I had notebooks of affirmations that I wrote down, just notebooks. I am lovable. I am lovable. I am lovable. I am worthy. I am manifesting, just, over and over and over till my pens ran out and my hand got a cramp. And yet stuff wasn't happening. So what I've come to learn is you can affirm all you want. You can name it and claim it all you want. And one of my favorite phrases of all time, Debbie Reynolds in the movie Halloween Town, magic is easy. Just make a wish and let yourself have it. It's sometimes the letting ourselves have it piece that we get hung up. What does that mean? Well, oftentimes, conscious or otherwise, we are blocking ourselves from getting that which we are asking the universe for. We have old hurts, old programs, old patterns, or we just have energy in our space that I call it batting away our blessings. Something happens to you, and if somebody gives you a compliment, for example, and you go, oh, stop, you're batting away your blessings. And if you do that so quickly for a compliment, imagine how you might be deflecting your blessings, deflecting what you're trying to manifest. I know, a little self-awareness there. Come on, people. Therefore, the manifesting mock-up, the Tao of Cynthia, goes something like this. First off, what is it you're trying to manifest? I believe the universe rewards specificity. Be as clear as you can about that which you want. If you want a new car, what kind of new car? If you're looking for a new job. And sometimes I've told clients, maybe you don't know exactly the job you want. So let's center on some of the qualities that you want. For example, is there a fee structure that you want to stay within? Do you want it to be between this value and this value? Okay, so that's going to eliminate certain jobs. It's going to eliminate certain, and it's going to hone in on other career paths. But there are other qualities of a job or a career that you might want. For example, traveling distance. Do you work alone? Do you work in a team setting? Is it casual attire? Do you wear a suit and tie? What's the vibe? Is it something that works for you? And since the pandemic, we've got a whole system of people that are capable of working from home. Is that in your wish list for the job? And again, we're going to do manifesting for any of a gazillion categories. I'm just using this as an example. So what are some of the qualities that you want? Are you an early riser? Do you want to get there? Do you want to open it up? Are you a night owl? Do you want to be the person that closes shop? Do you want a lot of responsibility? Do you want no responsibility? Do you want to be managed? Do you want to be micromanaged? Do you want a lot of freedom? Those are different qualities that, as you're creating your mock-up, play out in your head and be very real, because whatever you want, I believe, wants you back. There is a lid for every pot, as they say. So when you're asking the universe for your mock-up, whatever category, whatever, be specific. When we do our meditation, I'm going to invite you to play it out in your mind and see it with as much specificity, as many details as you can. Yes, there is an asterisk by this. And that's our good friend, the law of dichotomy. The law of dichotomy in my universe states that if you're okay with the outcome you don't want, it's easier to get the outcome you do want. For example, a gazillion years ago, one of my teachers, her name was Diane, and she wanted a gold Taurus wagon. Okay, so you can tell it's been a minute. First of all, God bless. And she knew exactly how many miles she wanted on it. She wanted these features. And then she saw an ad for a burgundy Taurus wagon, had everything else, had the right mileage, had the right features, was close to her, da 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 da. She was like, you know what? I could have a burgundy one. I really want the gold. I really like gold is the highest vibration of the colors. I just think it looks great. But like, this one checks all the boxes except that one, right? It's just a paint color. And so she was ready to pull the trigger on the burgundy Taurus wagon that checked all the boxes, when the gold Taurus came up for sale that checked all the boxes. That's an example of the law of dichotomy, when you can have the answer that you don't want. It's like, oh, I'm okay if that doesn't happen. I'll be all right. I can get the burgundy Taurus. It's easier for the universe to give you what you do want. And another example of the law of dichotomy. And this also helps roll into, imagine the worst possible outcome and improve upon it. So law of dichotomy is, you have the answer you don't want. It's easier to get the answer you do want. I was in acupuncture school. I was an elder statesman and I went back to school. Moved out here to California and needed some extra credits, master's degree in acupuncture and oriental medicine. And I used up all my savings, and then I had to take out some more student loans. And one of the student loans that I was taking was no longer available. So it put me into a huge light up. And I was like, holy crap, okay. Because I was counting on being able to go through this next step, get this degree, be able to practice in California, yada, yada, yada. So I was like, okay, so what if this doesn't happen? And I started to process all the things that might happen, the worst possible outcome. Okay, wouldn't be able to just, I'm not licensed out here yet. I could just, you know, I'd have to move out of this apartment. I might have to give up the cat. I could sell, and what would happen? And then the moment you figure the worst possible outcome, then your brain starts clicking into resources. Like, okay, so if I had to drop out of school because I couldn't afford it anymore, what would I do? And then, what kind of jobs would I take? And then my mind starts going, well, I could do this, I could do this, I can call this doctor's office, I could do this, and then you just start creating what could happen out of the worst possible outcome. Oh, what if I couldn't continue to go to school at this juncture because student loans were no longer available? How would that work? So I imagined the worst possible outcome and I began to improve upon it. On Monday, I got a call, or I called into the finance and they go, oh, that was just that one loan. All your other ones are still fine. So, law of dichotomy, imagine the worst possible outcome. If you're okay with the worst possible, the answer you don't want, I wouldn't be able to finish school, or I'd have to finish it at a slower pace. It's easier to get the answer you want, which was I could still get student loans and I could still continue on the pace that I did. So that's law of dichotomy. So that's the asterisk in the mock-up of letting yourself have what you're asking for. It's like, say you put it all out there and like this iteration doesn't come true. Okay, are you okay with the other outcome? Can you zig if the universe needs to zag? And some of the bigger manifestations, understand, are a co-creation. It's not, you're not an island. You're not just sitting there by yourself and, am I going to wear the red shirt or blue shirt today? No, some of these manifestations, some of these things we're asking the universe for are actually co-creations. So you want to hold the vibration and hope that you have enough people that can make what it is you're trying to have happen, make it happen for you. Okay. Now, with practice, if you hold your vibration, you can make some pretty magnanimous stuff happen for you. I've seen it done, happen in my life. So we're going to practice. We're going to start practicing today. Okay, so we're going to be specific. Law of dichotomy, co-creations, blah, blah, blah. And then you've heard this before, not just from me, but when you're asking the universe for something, you got to know your why. Why do you want that? Why do you want to lose 20 pounds? Why do you want to get married? Why do you want a new job? Why do you want to move to a different part of the country? Why do you want to do this project or that project? Knowing your why makes it much easier for the universe to support you, because you are filling in those energetic gaps. For example, why I want this podcast to be a success is because there's a lot of crap going on in the planet right now. And if my tiny voice in this tiny podcast can reach a few people and remember their vibration and hold their vibration and heal and begin to lighten our corner of the world, then my intention is that ripple effect will go out and out and out. And we collectively, little by little, can begin to heal the planet. Yeah, I got big dreams. And so because why not jump into the deep end? So the manifestation I'm actually going to lead today is one on world peace. But these next few we're going to do, and it could be, again, all kinds of things. But my why is because I care. I care so much about humanity. I care so much about people, even if they differ in their opinions from what I do, even if they see the world differently than I do. I believe that there's a commonality, a common thread that connects us all. And if we all tap into that, then we'll all start looking at each other through eyes of love. I know that's gloriously optimistic, and that's what I've done by using this work. I have literally rewired my brain to believe that good can happen. And so I'm sharing it with y'all. And please listen to this and listen to this over and over, share it with your friends, and just intend that we can all do better, because I believe we can. The other part of my formula, my manifesting formula, is to rely on a little history. What have you tried in the past? What have you tried? What did you used to do that worked? Think about that. And can you adapt those things that worked in the past for you to today? Well, I used to, in order to keep my weight in check, I used to run 20 miles a week. It's hard for me to run since I had the knee surgery. So instead I have to swim, or I bicycle, or so, So think back on what you've used in the past that has worked for you to get from where you are to where you want to be. What's worked in the past? And also what hasn't? And you get to sit with that for a moment and like, why don't you think that worked? Okay. And we'll make the appropriate adjustments. So any of these meditations are going to require some action steps. But my truth is that if you get your noodle engaged first, if you get your energy field engaged first, if you practice energetically as if it's happening or already happening, then you're shifting your energy field to that of someone who has what it is you're trying to manifest. And via the like attracts like scenario, you're more likely to get it. Lastly, next to lastly, kind of ties into the whys. How is your life going to change when you get what you're trying to get? What's going to be different for you? Now, for me, when the world begins living more lovingly, first of all, the temperature of the animosity on the whole planet is just going to go down. We're all going to sleep better. We're all going to be a little bit more hopeful. Disease processes will heal faster or will spontaneously remit. I believe we're capable of all of this. I'm a big thinker. I'm a big dreamer. It's happened before Miracles have happened all over the place. Let's create some now. So life for me is going to be better when the vibration of the planet is elevated, or in our little community is elevated. When people start treating one another more lovingly and looking at one another through a filter of love and appreciation and acceptance, and a place of we're more alike than dissimilar. Anyway, and then the last thing, whatever it is you're trying to manifest, and this is my number one key. This is my secret sauce. This is why writing notebooks full of affirmations didn't work. Where doing the secret work and still having to close my practice didn't work. I'm practicing in Colorado. This is the difference. I know that was a suspenseful pause. The difference is we're going to take a moment to heal ourselves. Making a wish and letting yourself have it. The caveat, the work is in the letting yourself have it. Not all of us can let ourselves have it because we have old wounds, we have insecurities, we have low self-esteem. Nobody in our family has ever been prosperous. So how am I going to be prosperous? Nobody in my family has a successful marriage. So how am I going to have a successful marriage? I don't have anyone to mirror to me what it looks like to heal in my life. I don't have anyone in my life to show me how to manage my finances. Well, that's some stuff that we got to heal. So in this meditation, in the steps that I march you through, we're going to give some time to healing those things that are holding us back. And unlike a lot of motivational speakers and things like this who say, you just decide. Yeah, for some people, they can just decide on certain things. And other things, they might be hopelessly wounded or hopelessly stuck. Let's be hopefully unstuck. I was trying to do a play on words. I don't know if that actually worked. Anywho, we're going to take a moment in the meditation and heal whatever blocks us. And it can be vague. You know, we do a lot of symbolism here. It can be just a glob of goo, and we're just going to release that. And that's going to represent whatever it is that's holding us back. Or we're going to take a moment and heal the wound, our inner child, our inner 6-year-old, our inner 12-year-old, whoever got hurt at that time and is in a little arrested development. And that's why this hasn't manifested or this hasn't manifested. That's the secret sauce. You can want things all you want, but it's a degree you can have them. It's the degree they'll show up. And sometimes you don't know that you can't have it because you haven't looked. You haven't taken an inventory on the wounds or the blocks or the programs. I know we could go over this stuff for days and days and days. That's why I'm going to dedicate several episodes to this. So we're going to manifest from the sublime to the outrageous. This one for me, because it hurts my heart when someone is driven to buying firearms and taking them into a school and shooting people dead. I believe we can do better. I believe we can do the shooter better. And I believe that we can do the kids better, the staff better. I believe we as a community can do better. Wanting, needing, desiring an implement that can cause that much damage in that little time is, I believe it's unnecessary. Like, there's only one reason to have an automatic rifle. And just to kill. And I think we can do better. And if you are a gun owner and you want to own a gun, that's fine. But what are your whys? And are you trained? And that's another Oprah. But that's why today's meditation, today's class will be on manifesting. And specifically, we're going to be manifesting peace. We're going to be manifesting peace, world peace, peace in our heart, peace and compassion to one another, healing ourselves, being willing to take a look and heal ourselves, look into our own dark spaces and heal that and hold that light. So someone that you may not know that might be struggling, that might be troubled, might be like, I'm going to go injure some other people on my way out. I think we can do better. I know we can do better. I know we can do better. And so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to co-create, y'all. So find a seat or lay down. And this is the time not to drive. I am not a psychiatrist or psychologist. If you're really, really struggling, please, please get the appropriate help. Reach out to your healthcare, your support system. Take the necessary steps to get better. I believe that you can. Just get something to drink, get comfortable. And then when you're ready, let's get started. Welcome back. So wherever you are, take a deep breath and just intend that what we're about to do is easy. It's easy. Anybody can do it. And give yourself some credit for taking this time for yourself, for taking this time to love up on yourself, love up on your energy field, to raise the vibration of yourself and the planet. Because when you raise your vibration or remember your vibration, you bring others along for the ride without even saying anything. So take a deep, deep breath. And set your intention. What is something that you'd like to manifest today? What is something that you are asking the universe for? Can be big, can be small. I'm wording something that's going to be a little grandiose, but maybe you just want to raise. Whatever makes sense in your universe, that's what you're going to put out. So be a point of light behind your eyes and in between your temples. Imagine that you are looking at the world from behind your eyes. And there will be a time when we will do an open-eyed meditation. Going to use your same tools. You can be in the center of your head with your eyes open. I do it every day. So in the center of your head, imagine that that's your command center, your cockpit, if you will. And this cockpit is for you and you alone. So if you sense anybody else's energy in there with you, go ahead and kick them out. And go ahead and tidy up your center of head. Bring it into present time. Put today's date, whenever date you're listening to this, put today's date on your cockpit somewhere, or if you're old school and rip the page off of your turn a page calendar in the center of your head. Just bring yourself into present time. And from the center of your head, see your bubble in all directions around you. It's about 3 feet in all directions. This is your energy field. This is your personal space, your aura bubble. And imagine that it's around you in 3 feet in all directions. And make sure you see it over your head. Make sure you see it behind you, under your feet. So be in the center of your head in your bubble. And then next, create your grounding cord, your energetic connection from the base of your spine all the way down to the center of the earth. And have it about as wide as you are. So wherever your hips go, make your tube of light, your grounding cord, your braid of hair, a chain, whatever makes sense for you to connect from the base of your spine, through your chair, through the floors of the building you're in, through all the layers of the earth, all the way down to the center of the earth. Just ground into that. And this gives you 2 features, 2 primary features. It tethers you, it helps you feel grounded. It'll help you feel strong. It'll help you feel certain, being grounded. And it also acts as a garbage chute. So any energies that you're ready to let go of, you can just send them down your grounding cord. And we imagine that the center of the earth is neutral. It's neutral energy. I like to imagine that it's a pasture or a field or something that my tube of light can just ground into like a fence post. And if I'm letting something drop down my grounding cord, it gets recycled into neutral. No charge on that energy. So we can't create or destroy energy, but we can transform it. So if you're taking some pain and sending it down your grounding cord, you transfer it into neutral energy. It's kind of cool. Give yourself a healing, give the planet a healing. In the center of your head, grounded in your bubble, imagine that there is a reading screen, a video screen, a television screen. What are those big screens where you can see 2D and 3D movies? IMAX? Yeah. Whatever kind of screen works for you in your mind's eye. And on this screen, as if you're watching a movie, see whatever it is that you're looking to manifest. Put that on that screen. And we're going to start putting layers of specificity on that mock-up. So what is it that you want to manifest? And understand this is a no judgment zone. This is a no whack zone. You can want whatever it is you want, as long as it's for the betterment of you, betterment of humanity, it doesn't harm anyone. In the work that I teach, we work from integrity. So in your mind's eye, from the center of your head, look on your reading screen and start to see that picture develop, what you're asking the universe for. And as that picture is developing, start filling in the specificity. What are some of the details? What are some of the nuances? How do you look when you've had or when you've accomplished this thing? And as you're seeing this picture develop, see it answer your why. Why do you want to manifest this? What's going to change for you? How is your world going to be different when you manifest this? And see that as if it's happening, as if you're watching that movie or that event in real time. And if you know of something that's worked in the past, then you'll have a little more familiarity in seeing that play out in your mock-up. A mock-up is an example, it's like a pattern or a template of something that you're asking the universe for. Architects do mock-ups of buildings, like this is how the building would look, before they build the building. So we're doing a mock-up, asking the universe for that which it is that you want to manifest. So start filling in the details. And just like a river that's creating new tributaries, if you see something that didn't work in the past, allow, just like a river, to just coax past that, to coast past that, and go into a path that you will have greater success. And again, see it with as much specificity as you can. See it play out like you're watching it happen in real time. And those changes that you expect to see in your life as a result of having this manifest, see those play out. How does that look? How does that feel? How does it taste? What do you hear? What do you smell? You can bring all your senses in. your 5 physical senses to be more specific, because we are tapping into your 6th. And now as you look on that video screen and you see what it is you're looking to manifest and you're seeing it play out, what I want you to do now is do a split screen. Okay? Have the current present time movie of what it is you're asking the universe for playing out on one side. And on the other side of the split screen, and don't question yourself, just look at the first thing that pops up, trust yourself. But I want you in that second screen to look at whatever's holding you back. What needs a healing in order for this to fully realize for you? First impression, don't question yourself. Is there an inner child that needs healing? Is there an action step that needs to be made? Is there another healing or a deprogramming that needs to happen? Do you need to forgive someone or ask permission? Those are just some ideas. Look on that split screen and look carefully, without judgment, at what is holding you back. And there might be many things, just pick one. First one that pops in your head, first one that pops on the screen. First one that you can do something about. Who are you in this equation? For my dream of world peace, I can sit in a chair more often. I can meditate. I can hold this vibration more often. A simple question. There are more things, but I can start by just intending that it can be so and taking the time out to hold that vibration. And maybe it's that simple for you. Like you can just imagine that it can happen. Give yourself the time, take the time for yourself to sit in your mock-up space. And when you see that thing that's been holding you back or that needs a healing in order for you to manifest what it is you want to manifest, on your reading screen, see that healing, that deprogramming, that inner child work, see that happen. Give yourself that healing, that deprogramming. However it looks. And let it be easy. For some of you, it's just considering that you can actually make your dreams come true. What if I actually believed my own hype? What if I actually leaned into optimism? What if I set my intention that I am going to believe that I can achieve this? So whatever other healing you need to give yourself in that split screen, take a few moments now and do that. And you can always come back to this. You can always do more of this. But when you're ready, take that image off of the split screen. Take that healing and bring it into your present time body. Bring it into your heart. Give yourself, your physical body, that healing. And then in that split screen, in your mind's eye, what I want you to do now is I want you to see the two images overlap. Give your mock-up that healing. Pull it into your healing so that whatever was holding you back before is healed. If you needed an inner child healing, that's healed. If you needed a deprogramming, that's happened. And bring that healing into, just merge those two files. And just watch it for a moment. Just notice how your movie has changed now that you've given it a healing. Maybe it's brighter. Maybe it's a little more intentional. Maybe it feels even more real. Like, holy crap, this is happening. Yeah, you are that powerful. Now, take that reading screen and put a bubble around it. Give it its own bubble and give it its own grounding cord and ground it to the center of the earth. And ground off any additional energy that says this thing can't happen for you just the way you've asked. Go ahead and ground off any energy that says it's too hard, it's too fanciful, it's too much. Somebody's going to get their manifest. Somebody's going to manifest today. Somebody's going to get their wishes answered. Somebody's going to pull that winning lottery ticket. Might as well be you. You're just doing it intentionally. So ground off anything that says that this can't happen exactly the way you want. And then fill that bubble in, fill your story in, fill your mock-up in with gold energy. Gold is the highest vibration of all the colors. It purifies, it heals, it fills in all the nooks and crannies. Fill your mock-up with gold energy. Allow it to align with the highest vibration in the universe. Like attracts like. And then put it whatever other positive quality you want more of. If you want ease, if you want speed, if you want havingness, if you want grace, if you want happiness, joy, abundance, any other positive quality that you want more of. Put in that bubble. And then my friend Cheryl's favorite add-in, put in a nice dose of and cooler than I could possibly imagine. That's one of those lovely catch-all phrases, that things that you wouldn't even think of. Oh, you want this new car? Oh, what if it comes with a lifetime of gas or charges at the charging station, or maybe it comes with maintenance or car washes or something. Those things that we know about but maybe don't think about. And cooler than I could possibly imagine. And when you have that bubble, you have your mock-up, exactly the way you want it, exactly the way you intend it in this moment. And if you change your mind or want to add something, you can always call this back from the universe, make your edits, and send it back up. So go ahead and snip off that grounding cord off that bubble and let that bubble float off to the edge of the universe, where God or the universe or love or whatever the God of your heart looks like can start to fill your order. So if he, she, it, they, pure love has already started working on it. Started the moment you sat down, started the moment you turned on this podcast. You are that powerful. You are tapping into a vibration of possibilities, not probabilities. You are taking this time for yourself. Good job. Now, for those of you that would like to work with me directly, you can go to my website, drcynthiasmith.com. You can email me at hello@drcynthiasmith. On YouTube, there's messaging. So many ways to connect. If not, please like this podcast. Please subscribe. Please share with your friends. Please continue to share your episode ideas. That's fantastic. And I wish you all of your hopes and dreams. Let them be beautiful. I'm Dr. Cynthia Smith, and this is the Intuitive Hypnotherapy Podcast. Until next time, bye now.